welcome to another December Daily Day video. Today I am working on day 13 in my 2018 and 2019 album. I'm sorry about the lighting. I made this video late at night. I think it was like past midnight, and I thought it was okay when I was making it, like when I looked at the screen, but then afterwards when I pulled it up on my computer, it wasn't perfect and I was really annoyed, and I thought I wouldn't share this video, but I thought it was better to share the video with like not great lighting than to just not have a video for the 13th. So hopefully that's okay with you. If it really bothers you, then you could skip today's video and come back another day when the lighting is better. Anyways, I'm starting in my 2018 album, and I had two photos to scrapbook today. A photo of me laying on the ground with my dog, and then a photo of us going for a walk. I had some other photos which I thought about using originally, which you can kind of see there, but I ended up not using those. I really wanted to layer that wood grain paper on top of that printed paper. So what I ended up doing was just adhering the wood grain paper down, and then it already had that mason jar there. So I tucked the winter photo kind of behind that, and then the dog photo I'm going to stick on the left. Bernie was yawning, and I just thought it was so cute how his tongue was like completely out of his mouth. And I really wanted to scrapbook about that for my story for last year's 13th day of December. So while I'm doing that and hearing it down, why don't I read my journaling? It just says, "Oh, how I love you, my precious Bernie. I love cuddling you and taking you for walks. Coming home at the end of the day to you makes me so happy. I love seeing how you wag your tail and get excited to see us. I'm just as excited to see you, my buddy. You are one of my favorite things about being here. It's hard to imagine leaving you here next year when I move to Kenya. You help me see the world with a happier view, for you look at every day and everything with joy, as long as I don't bark at everyone like you. When my walk is as beautiful as this, how could I ever hate walking my Bernie boy, the boy who shows me how to live?" And actually, this page I created a number of days ago. It wasn't actually in December that I created this page, but and I was using a prompt from Load, which is Layout of a Day, over on the Scrap Happy page, and the prompt was based on Harry Potter, The Boy Who Lived. And so I was scrapbooking about my Bernie boy, the boy who lived, and shows me how to live. So that's kind of how I use the prompt from Layout a Day or Load to inspire my journaling for this. I already knew what I wanted to talk about. Like, I already knew that I wanted to talk about Bernie. It was just like what I was going to say about him and how I was going to use that prompt to kind of take my journaling to the next level. So I stuck down some of these clear, is that holly? I am not sure. Stickers, and I stuck one on either side of the photo of Bernie. I ended up sticking an XO and a little heart phrase sticker in the bottom corner where there was some space, and then I decided to just do some like hand-drawn lines for my journaling. I've really been enjoying doing that. I just feel like it gives my words a place to rest or something like that. I don't know, it makes me happy. And I'm going to do journaling all along that side. And originally I was kind of hoping all of my journaling would fit on this side of the page. It doesn't. I end up doing some journaling on the right next to the little mason jar. But you know what? That's fine. It doesn't matter. And what you saw me do before was add the roller date stamp in the bottom corner next to the mason jar. I also added a phrase sticker that said "Cool Nights" and the 13 puffy sticker onto the mason jar. The mason jar does have like a pocket where you could slip like another photo or something in there. I didn't end up doing that, and I'm fine with that. Like, I feel like it still looks really good on the page and it still really works. So I'm happy with the way that that turned out. I'm going to speed you up for the rest of the journaling here so you don't have to sit and watch me do this for a while. So just give me 1 second to do that. And I sometimes get asked what black pens I use, and like honestly, it just really depends on what pen is nearby. But my favorite pens right now are these Inkjoy pens. They come in black, red, and well, all the colors really. Like there's a colorful set too. I love those pens. I just love how smooth they are writing. I they're I think a .5, so they're not too thin, but I just really enjoy them. So I'm just doing that journaling, and then I added a little bit more journaling next to the mason jar too. And then that's pretty much it for this day. I love the way that it turned out. It was fairly simple to make. And next I'll show you my 2019 page. So for the 13th of this year, I wanted to scrapbook a little bit about like just a place in my house that I love and then some other photos. Um, so what I have here is I have a giant photo of a rocking chair that I have by a window in my bedroom, and then I have 7 like little photos of a like coffee shop kind of thing that I went to at the school where I work. So during the month of December, I think I mentioned earlier, most people leave campus and they go home to different places. Like if they're from the US, they'll go home to the US or whatever. But there's like, and all the students leave, but there's like a small number of staff who stay on campus, and I was one of those. And they like to do things during that time. So there was a coffee shop. And so I took some photos of people at the coffee shop. I was wearing this really cute Christmas Joy sweater. Took a photo of that. And I also took a photo of my peppermint mocha hot chocolate thing and a sesame ball. So while I'm just working on that, I'm going to read my journaling. I did write my journaling on the same page with the photo of my house, and then I got a couple Project Life cards, which you see there, one that says life lessons recently learned and one that says XOXO, and I believe both of those came from Allie Edwards. So why don't I read my journaling to you while I'm doing this? So next to the rocking chair, it just says, "This is absolutely my favorite place in my house at RVA in Kenya. I love getting cozy and looking out at the trees and occasionally the monkeys." So that goes with that photo. And then the journaling cards go with the coffee house photos and that story. So it just says, "Tonight was the coffee house in Studi. To be honest, I really wasn't sure I wanted to go. I didn't want to have to make up something or go down and hang out with people I didn't really know. It can be so exhausting being around people I don't know and trying to do the whole small talk thing. My introvertedness just wants to hide away, but I'm resisting every urge I have to hide to instead be social, and to be honest, I'm so glad I went. It was so nice to spend time with others and to get to know people better. I had great conversations that totally went beyond my small talk dread. I almost burst into tears when I saw sesame balls with red bean paste in the middle. It was absolutely the last thing I thought I would see, but it reminded me so much of home. It's funny, but I never imagined this would be something I would miss. But it's the littlest things that make all the difference. I guess the lesson learned here is that things we sometimes try to prevent or avoid can be the best things for us. What a great reminder." So, for those of you who know the story, I just moved to Kenya and I've only been at RVA, or the school I work at, for like about, at this point, it was about a month. And I was just really missing home, and I didn't want to go and do the whole small talk thing, like I said, but I'm really glad I went, and it was really, really sweet. So actually, I used one of the load or lay out a day prompts from Scrap Happy. If you don't know what it is, it's a challenge that they do during the month of February where you scrapbook every day, and the theme this year has to do with Harry Potter. And the prompt for this day that I was scrapbooking was something along the lines of like something good that happens from something that you try to prevent. So it has to do with the whole idea of when Harry Potter gets invited to go to school at Hogwarts, and his uncle, Mr. Dursley, tries to prevent the letters from getting there, but then ends up that Harry gets to go to Hogwarts. So I kind of felt like that worked really well with this story, the idea of like me not wanting to go to this coffee shop party because I was just not feeling like I wanted to like put myself out there again, but in the end, like it being really amazing and really precious and like a really great memory. So that's kind of what I was scrapbooking about on those journaling cards that I stuck there. And then so far, all that I've done other than that is stick the photos down, and I added my giant roller date stamp for December 13th, 2019 on there. And then I will add a few embellishments. I did end up keeping this page fairly simple. I guess what I've realized as I've been doing these junk journals is that they're kind of busy because all of the pages are different and there's a lot going on with textures and layers and different types of paper and acetates and pockets and envelopes and all of those things that like for some reason I just have felt like the actual scrapbooking I'm doing doesn't necessarily need to be as busy. So I went to my die cuts to see if I could find anything. I did find a die cut, I think from Future Cat Crafts, that said Gathered. And I grabbed that Fa La 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 one, but I don't end up using that. And then I also grabbed another die cut that was like a red circle that said Let Your Heart Be Light. So what I ended up doing was stapling the Gathered die cut with my tiny attacher onto that clear acetate that is in front of that little photo collage that I made. And then the circle, Let Your Heart Be Light, I just stuck down next to those photos. And you'll see it in a second there when I move it up. I'm still trying to figure out my new like filming setup here, so it's not perfect yet, so you'll just have to forgive me for that. And then I wanted to add a tiny word a tiny word sticker to the rocking chair photo, and I found this really great one that just said snuggle up, and I just felt like that fits so well with this like theme of this photo and the idea of like my cozy spot in my new home. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for today. I did add my journaling, and then that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you soon with another video, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Bye! Magic.